7 Cents Phonecast. Find out about us before you find out about you.
This is Douglas with 7 Cents. May I have your first name, please?
Oh, hello. I'm Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi.
Hi, is this the Jennifer I've talked to before?
It is, yes.
I thought so. Nice to hear from you again, and I'm glad I was still on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh, I got lucky.
I don't know about that, but here we are.
I'm trying to think of how to ask it. My youngest son, he's going to be 6 in a couple of weeks, and he's autistic.
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks ago, he ran out of my apartment. Long story short, we found him face down. Well, he was found face down in the lake.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm assuming a high school boy fished him out of the water. He coughed up water.
Mm-hmm.
He has water in the lungs. He's doing good.
Oh, good.
Oh, geez. My question is, will I ever meet this kid that saved my son?
I can look at that, yeah. Here's what I want you to do. Jennifer, I want you to just take a moment, if you will, and think about, I'm going to work some special tarot cards on this. I'd like you to remember, is that something you'd like to do? Yes.
This kid, he didn't stay for anything. I didn't get to meet him. I just kind of heard that a kid, they said 20-year-old kid, but like a 20-year-old fished him out of the water, but he didn't stay to talk to cops. He didn't stick around. He just kind of disappeared.
Mm-hmm. I understand. And you have this idea that it would be a good idea to meet him? You really want to?
I kind of want to. I want to not only thank him, but I want to make sure that he's okay, because Mother and me want to make sure that that would be pretty hard to see.
That's very generous of you and thought and word. Here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to think about, I'm going to move this in this direction. Let's say you're in the future right now, and you've either met him or you're meeting him, and how that would you like it to feel? Like, okay, I met him. I'm really glad this happened. You're glad. You don't have to worry about how, but just like it happened. And notice how you would personally feel, whether it be relief, joy, whatever it is, gratitude, whatever the main feeling you'd feel if that was taking place or had taken place. And as you do that, Jennifer, please just let any number come to your mind. When you see a number, you can tell me.
6.
That's the first one I saw. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Then I saw 4 also. 4, 5, and then 6. Okay. And well, by the way, let me write this down. I just got some information for you. And the last thing is just still hold that idea, how that would feel for you if you had a chance. Maybe you're talking to him and you're being grateful and you're letting him know and how important that is to you. And as you do that, I'm just going to move the cards before they are displayed. There we go. Okay, let's see. See what they say. There's this potential to meet him, sort of out of the blue. Like all of a sudden the situation could kind of come together for you. But it may not be right now. It may be that he needs some time away from that. I'm not reading him, I'm reading you. And that means you do too. Even though it looks like you have a sincere idea to thank him, it may not be the right time. Plus, the Lover's card is here, so he may want to stay out of the limelight just by looking at your reading. He may. But let me look underneath that. Let me just see. Yeah, see the King of Pentacles. Okay, and then there's you sending it, and then the Tower. Okay, in other words, if you go naturally, you let things just take place naturally. If you're meant to see him on the physical plane, now listen to this, you will.
Okay.
Because it's the King of Pentacles. And what you're being advised is to trust that. To trust there's nothing you need to do. You can still have that inherent wish, and you're open to it, but you're being advised to not do anything to make it happen. I mean, if it happens where it's just sort of an invitation to you, it's just a moment like, oh yeah, okay, I'm part of that, and there's this moment, and maybe this could happen. But other than that, you're not being advised to look for him or anything like that, because it could even be an unsettling situation. He may not, just like you originally saw, he may not want to be a part of that at all. So if you always think about the highest and best for both of you, the highest and best for him, for you, your son, then everything is going to work out. However, I was given some other information. I'm going to verify that now. Yeah, Ace of Swords. Okay. And then there's yes. Okay. All right. This is definitely true. And then, your guardian angel. Okay. One thing you can do, this can be even more powerful than having like an awkward moment with him and going, I don't want to thank you, maybe shy. You know what I mean? That may not be the best moment. It might be. But what it looks like is you are being told you can thank him on a deep internal, you might call it psychic, esoteric level, and he'll get it. In other words, if you settle yourself, it's not just like an arbitrary thank you. It's like if you really settle in with yourself and you go, okay, my purpose in this moment, my intention is I'm going to send out a gratefulness to this person. Do you know his name?
No. Like I said, nobody knows anything about him. He just kind of disappeared. Yeah,
it's almost like the Lone Ranger. It's just like, who was that man? But the thing is, that may be the beauty and the mystery and the magic of this moment, because it may be telling you. And by the way, I also got something about you and your son on that. I'll tell you what I saw if you want to know. But what I'm saying is, this may be bigger than you think. This soul came along and helped your son, Yeah. Have you felt the magnificence and the enormity of that?
Yeah. I've started wondering if this guy was just like my son's guardian angel that came.
Yes. That's why the guardian angel showed up in the reading. He may be. And no one can prove it, but guardian angels, some people believe that they can actually personalize, come into the world and then come out. They can actually go into flesh and come back. So let me ask you this, if this feels right to you. Are you open to the idea of just letting it be?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Because you already sense that this may be an angelic intervention.
Yeah, that's actually what I feel it is.
And even to meet him or whatever in the flesh, if you did, or it may not be allowed, it may sort of diminish this moment for you, because it's not just about going, wasn't that amazing? It's about what you do later now, onward with your son. And you are being advised here, and let me check the cards about that. All right, let me just say this. Tell me if you're willing to look at this, and because I always want your permission. Did you get a sense that when this happened, that something profound sort of happened in this moment, that something is trying to get your attention?
Yes.
And this isn't just about you looking out for the safety of your child. Did you get a deeper sense of, like, what is this? Like landing in water, right?
Yeah.
Face down in water and being saved. Did you get any sense of what that was for you, or any kind of original idea?
That I need to get my act together.
In what way?
Well, with everything that's going on in my life, I know I need to stop drinking.
Do you think that and by the way, there's no judgment here at all. Do you believe that, were you drinking at the time when that happened?
I do have a problem. There's a good chance I was intoxicated.
Okay. All right. Now I'm going to tell you something that's going to surprise you. You said I need to get my act together, and you said there's a good chance I was intoxicated. First, I want to commend you for being willing to tell that to someone like me on the line. I already sensed something was going on, but that's bold and that's brave. But I'm going to tell you something you're not going to expect. But first, I'm going to check it out with the cards. You may be actually very surprised what I'm going to tell you. So I want you to just be aware of what you just said. And it's amazing also that you caught me. I was not going to be on tonight. So there's something going on here. I don't know if you can sense it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, there's something going on. Let me just see here. Okay. Oh, there's so much here. First of all, there's the Two of Cups. This is about love. And this isn't just about the love for your son. It seems that you're kind of pushing out your higher self because you may be afraid of being punished. Like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I've got to sort of run from it. Almost like Eve in the garden, I can't look at this fully. Okay. But what the reading is saying is something else, and it's also affected your emotions. Looks like you've gotten into some, maybe you might call it depression, low emotional energy. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, that's funny that you would mention that.
Well, I got something for you. This incident that took place is not what you think it is for. This is a great balancing act for you. This is the justice card. This is the center of things. This is to teach you a new balance, but not the balance you think. This is not the balance of you going, oh, I really got to get I'm not putting it down. I'm not demeaning it. I'm just letting you know there's more to it, okay? You're saying, I got to get my act together. I shouldn't be drinking. Okay, all right, that's fine, and you can apply that later if you want. But what this is saying is, first of all, understand that it's not about you getting the act together. Yeah, you're going to be resisting this. It comes from your childhood. You probably, and this isn't therapy, you probably came from some level of dysfunction, correct?
Oh, yeah, I think everybody does.
Oh, yeah. Well, but what I'm saying is there's a part of you that is trying to right this, but in the wrong way. What I mean by that, instead of seeing yourself that way, this is a chance, this is a crossroads for you. It's not, and sure, you can feel sadness about what you did, and of course, but what it's saying is there's so much more to you. And what it's talking about is that if you can shift to this idea, instead of thinking, I've got to get my act together, I shouldn't do this. You see, that's all punishment. It's getting caught in the quicksand of regret and guilt and shame. Yeah. This is different. What this is saying is those feelings of like, oh, I had to get myself together and all that. No, it didn't go that way. It was because you wanted something new. It wasn't that you wanted to fight the old. It was wanting, that's what the reading is saying, something new. And let me ask you this question now in the midst of this. Does that appeal to you, to be in that kind of new kind of alternative world where somehow your life has changed and you're more sober and maybe you don't feel like drinking or who knows, and you feel better about yourself and you've moved towards love, not against, punishment. It's more like you've moved towards that. Does that feel different to you?
Oh, definitely, yes.
And that's not to say, oh, I got to get my act together. No, it's to enlighten you and go, if you were in a story and someone was telling a story about a son that wandered and he ends up in water, you might look for the symbolism, and it's all over the place. Water is subconsciousness. Water is mother. Did you know that water is mother? He's looking for mother. So what I'm saying is, instead of like trying to be the good mother, you already are the good mother. What it's saying is the light of enlightenment and change can take place just by you looking at those parts of you and loving you. And then maybe you won't want to act out sometime. You just see the urge and you go, okay, yeah, they call that the disease, and what the urge, the addiction. But if you keep loving it, I'm telling you, there's a new road for you. Anyway, my dear, you can call me back now or later. I'm so glad that we had a chance to meet right here.
Oh, my gosh. I just kept having this feeling I needed to talk to you. I am so glad you were on. Thank you so much.
Call me anytime. I'm glad to be there. Something happened here. Can you feel it?
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. I got chills. Yes.
Wonderful.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Blessings. My love. Okay. Bye.
We hope you've enjoyed this 7th Sense Phonecast. Our gifted professionals are able to break through the confusion and point you in the right direction. Go to www.seventhsensepsychics.com. We all have a path in life. Let us help you find yours.